Now I want to bring in Kentucky Congressman and Chairman of the House Oversight Committee, James Comer. Chairman, good to have you. Last time we were here, you said you were gonna get Hunter to speak to you behind closed doors, where you can ask a lot of questions, and then get him to speak to the whole committee and in public. I understand Hunter's agreed to the public meeting, but not the private one. Will you subpoena him? Will he be held in contempt if he doesn't show up? What's the latest?
Well, we've subpoenaed him. He's supposed to show up next week for a deposition. We expect him to show up for a deposition. That's what the law states. We gave him a lawful subpoena. We expect him to comply. This is the way the Democrats operated during both impeachment hearings. This is the way they operated during the January 6th committee that they had. They brought people in for depositions. Then they might have a public hearing. But I am guaranteeing we will have a public hearing after the depositions, because we have so many questions about so many specific transactions, so many specific bank records with so many different accounts and shell companies. It's going to take a long time to go through these questions. Once we depose him, we'll fact check the deposition and then bring him in for a hearing.
Chairman, if he doesn't show up to the deposition, will you still go ahead and go forward with a hearing, public?
Well, we're going to have some more hearings, yes, but
with him,
he has to be
with him. I mean, with him. If he's correct me if I'm wrong. He's agreed to talking to you only publicly, not in a deposition. Is that right?
He's got to come in for a deposition. I mean, this is the way investigations are conducted, even in the private sector, even with police, with U.S. attorneys. You come in and you sit down and you answer extensive, substantive questions. If you're a key witness in a major investigation, you can expect to be deposed. We're bringing Hunter Biden in. We will get equal time with the Democrats. If we take 3 hours with him, the Democrats will have 3 hours with him. We have a lot of questions to ask. This is a major investigation. And this is about the biggest public corruption story in the history of our country. He's a key witness. We can't get all those questions in a 5-minute committee hearing. We have to sit down for a long period of time and ask him substantive questions.
Got it. Let me ask you this. I think I just saw you today on another network talking about an actual link between a China bank account and Joe Biden directly. Do you have that link?
Well, the particular bank that Joe Biden was receiving those funds from is a bank that has a big footprint in China. It's an American bank, but they have a footprint in China. So they can't plead ignorant, like, well, the bank didn't know how to handle money coming in from China. This bank had expertise in Chinese banking. So there's nothing wrong with the banks. The banks did everything right. The banks tried to notify Treasury and did notify Treasury of money laundering, of securities fraud, of the Bidens having investment companies with no investments, of taking excessive fees. The banks did everything right. And one reason they've been so cooperative with us in our investigation is they wanted the truth to get out there. They want people to know. They want the bank examiners to know they did everything right.
They don't want to be complicit.
They do not want to be complicit.
They could be seen as an accessory, for money laundering. That destroys a banking company. Congressman, Chairman, before we let you go, there's news now. I guess it's news. I guess it's out there that some 300 plus emails coming from Joe Biden's pseudonym email account directly to some of Hunter Biden's business partners. They're unearthed.
Right.
And this is a man who went on a debate stage and recently has said, I had nothing to do with Hunter's business whatsoever. Is he lying?
He is lying. And look, this is very serious because we have asked for these emails. We've asked the National Archives for these emails. We expect to get these emails. That's one reason the House is going to vote next week to hold him in, to hold the impeachment inquiry, because this administration is obstructing. Joe Biden has not been truthful. An AP poll came out today. 70% of Americans believe that he did something wrong with his family's shady business schemes, so including 40% of Democrats. So the only people that believe Joe Biden anymore is apparently some of the mainstream media. At the end of the day, our responsibility, my responsibility as chairman of the Oversight Committee, is get the truth to the American people. We're going to have two things happen. We're going to have Hunter Biden come in for a deposition, that we will release the transcripts in a very transparent manner. And the second thing, we're going to get those pseudonym emails because Joe Biden told the American people he had a wall between the government and his family's business schemes. And what we're seeing with those emails is he did not have a wall, and he was sneaking, trying to avoid any type of
those emails
with
are
the
going to
pseudonym.
be fascinating to see and
Absolutely.
read. Chairman James Comer, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.